This is part 2 of our discussion on the wounds of Christ. Today we'll be going over the symbolism of the crown of thorns. The first and most obvious one is the fact that the crown is a crown. The icon of Christ as the suffering king portrays this rather beautifully. Even though the Roman soldiers did this to mock Christ, they were in fact confirming who Christ is. Christ is king. But why a crown of thorn? This has to do between the parallels between the old creation story and the new creation story, which is the crucifixion. In the old creation story, which is the Garden of Eden, there are thorns. In fact, the thorns that are present in the story surround the Garden of Eden. This is because the Garden of Eden is actually a mountain. Now, a lot of people don't know this because it's not mentioned in the book of Genesis. It's actually mentioned in the book of Ezekiel. Just as thorns surrounded the old kingdom, which is the garden, the crown of thorns surround the head of the church, the head of the body of Christ, which is Jesus. The crown also bears another symbolic meaning, which is the weight of the crown. The weight of the crown on the king's head is meant to symbolize his responsibility and duty to his people. Thorns, on the other hand, is a representation of sin. In the Garden of Eden, when Adam and Eve betrayed God, thorns began to grow outside the garden. The parable of the sower, one of the examples Christ gives, is the thorny ground. And so if you combine all these images, you get the crown of thorns, which is not only a symbolic representation of what happened in the Garden of Eden, but is also a symbol of the kingship of Christ, as well as the weight that he bore on the cross. God bless, and don't forget to check out my video that covers the piercing of the side of Christ as well, and also stay tuned for other symbolic deep dives about the crucifixion that I'll be posting soon.